So, on the face of it, it was a row between MPs and the Speaker of the House of Commons. My point is bigger than your point. He said, she said, the usual scenes of political disarray. But if you scratch the surface of this story, of what actually happened this week, something far more sinister was taking place. The Speaker of the Commons rolled over and placated the growing number of anti-Semites that appear to be successfully driving a political agenda. I can already hear the dissenters at the back bleating away that this is some kind of twisted version of events, a skewed interpretation of what actually happened. Well, let me save you the bother. Last night, the Houses of Parliament were lit up in big, bright colours as the words "From the river to the sea" were projected onto the side of Big Ben. 90 metres of anti-Semitic wording displayed for the capital, the nation and the world to see. From the river to the sea, writ large in illuminated letters, bang on the side of the mother of all parliaments. I mean, just let that settle for a moment. Maybe it was the anti-Semites' way of saying thank you to the Speaker, the final piece of the puzzle neatly in place. Parliament did their bidding, and here's a reminder of what it's all about: the eradication of Jews and the destruction of Israel. This was not, of course, an isolated incident. Over the last few months, we've seen copious demonstrations calling for the same thing. In scenes which look more like a demo in Tehran, we've witnessed the extraordinary sight of people in this country waving ISIS flags, chanting racist slogans, and proudly carrying banners calling for Israel to be wiped off the map. We've seen Jews hounded out of a theatre while the audience clapped and chanted. Their crime? Or just being Jewish. We've seen university lecturers attempting to explain that being anti-Semitic is not necessarily against the rules of free speech. We've even seen elected politicians refer to an internationally recognised terrorist group as allies and freedom fighters. Today, the former Home Secretary Suella Braverman made the claim that Islamists, the extremists and the anti-Semites are now in charge of Britain. Writing in The Telegraph, she said they've bullied the Labour Party, they've bullied our institutions, and now they've bullied the country into submission. She accuses political leaders of burying their heads in the sand, preferring to believe in the illusion of a successful multicultural society and remaining terrified of being called racist if they challenge it. But the law has not changed, she says. Mass extremism parades itself proudly, campuses remain dangerous places for Jews, and Labour is still rotten to the core. Strong words from Braverman. But she does have a point. We've now given a terrifying green light to extremism in this country. When you're allowed to display a well-known racist trope on a public building and the police stand by and do nothing, or wave flags and placards supporting a medieval death cult with a free pass, you just know we're not living in simply changing times, but extremely dangerous ones. With all of this in mind, we're asking the question, why has anti-Semitism been given a free pass? 0344 499 1000.